Hello guys, welcome to AudIM Talks. This is the fourth episode and the last episode of the series AudIM and Audiobook Production House, which is an introductory series which introduces the ideas, concepts, aims and objectives and all those sort of things of AudIM. So let's begin the video. So guys, my name is ishanmahansaria and I'm the host for you all on this YouTube channel. In this episode, we will be discussing about the monetary section as well as the terms and conditions section, which is mentioned in the confidential tab on our website. First, we'll begin from the monetary section. The basis on which AudIM decides the quality of your work includes 2 to 3 categories. In that category, if such and such content falls under so and so category or so and so respects of AudIM, then of course it will be valued high. The production cost will be high, and so will the revenue, and so will your royalty. So don't worry about that. So those categories include the genre, the number of words, as well as the music. In the genre section, if the content falls under such genre which is like very popular in those times, such as if we take the time today, the genres such as the romance, fiction, fantasy, philosophies and all those sort of novels are more in demand these days. So if any genre falls under such and such category which is possibly in demand and that period of time, it will be valued more, the production cost will be more. Now coming over to the number of words. If the number of words in a content is more, then obviously the number of digital cash which will be transferred to AudIM will also be more. Because the reason behind it is that greater number of words include more work into the content. Every portfolio has to work more, the composer has to make more music, the recordist has to record more audio, the mixer has to mix more content. So definitely, inevitably, the content's price will be high. Now coming over to music. As stated in almost all the episodes of the series, that music has a very special role in AudIM. Music has a very special attention to the listener's mood, in fact. It controls your emotions. So if a content requires rich music, like very delightful, very variety of music, then of course the content's production cost will be high. However, if a content requires average music or just a motivic or thematic or just a little bit of music, then its production cost will be comparatively less. And if a content does not require music at all, then of course the production cost of music will be excluded. Now all of these factors will be discussed and decided only when we get your content. The production cost at a total cannot be said beforehand. It has to be examined by the house, it has to be calculated, and all of those things will be told to you only after the house sees, reads and discusses about the content that you have sent to us. Now there's a deadline mark associated with every project. There's a premiere date to hit. If the premiere date is very rarely not hit by any project manager or any project owner, then of course he has to compensate the time of the audience with his money. So the time that the money that you have to bestow on behalf of time will come down to $1 for each trespassing date than the premiere date. Now coming over to the terms and conditions. Now all of the terms and conditions will not be discussed in this series because there are many. The very few only those which require more attention will be discussed here. You can go check out all of these tabs and all of these categories which include the terms and conditions, the monetary, the production categories and all of these things on our website yourself, audimhouse.com. Please go and visit. Now the very first terms and condition include that the recordist and the composer had to submit their audio in accordance with the audio submission category, which is also mentioned on our website. According to that category only, the audios will be accepted at AudIM. So please make sure it's a note to both the recordist as well as the composer to submit the audio in accordance with the audio quality and the audio file format which is mentioned on our website. The second very important thing is that the portfolios which are to be associated with the project will be handed over to an individual only after the confirmation by the house. If you propose us a name of such and such fella to be associated with that portfolio, we will associate him with that respective portfolio only if the house confirms its eligibility as well as the legibility, that he is capable of doing so, or he is okay, or he is good at doing such and such thing, or will he be able to handle the responsibility or not. Only after that the portfolio will be handed over to that guy. The third very important terms and condition is that AudIM cannot tolerate its insult. Of course, if any individual or any project member or anyone disrespects AudIM by any means, he will be fired immediately and will only be accepted again into that project or into any other project after a legit apology by the house. If the apology is confirmed by the house, only then. One more terms and condition include that the manager will be responsible fully for the project. Any delay, any conversation with the house, or any information to be passed on will be only through the manager to all its members. So if a question or a request or an expected email is to be forwarded by the manager to AudIM, however AudIM doesn't receive it within 3 days, the project will be declared endangered. And if further again, after a notice from AudIM, there is no response from the project manager, then the project will be terminated immediately and no refunds will be issued. Reminded by the word refunds, I just happened to come across one more terms and conditions which include that the transaction passed on cannot be undone. If you have transacted the money with us for a project, you cannot receive it back and the project cannot be terminated as well as declared illegal at AudIM. The project has to be finished, has to be accomplished, and has to be published anywhere in accordance with the production categories opted by the manager. Now, as you guys all know, that every project includes a premiere date, and every project has to be completed beforehand, before that premiere date, because on that premiere date the audiobook has to be released, has to be declared finished to the world on part of AudIM. So please be careful, every project includes a premiere date and we have to anyhow accomplish our goal before that premiere date. That's all for today's video, guys. Now there's one more announcement which I would like to make, and it's about the audiobook that is going to be released on 29th of September, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. It will be released in 4 days, that is Thursday and Sunday for 2 weeks. And each day there will be 5 scenes released on our YouTube channel, as well as on the link of the channel will be given to the Instagram users, also Instagram followers too. So there will be 5, that is all total. The audiobook will only include the Act 2 of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, because it's just a demo that we are presenting to you. It's just an original work sort of, that we want you to know how capable our house is. For that sort we are producing this work. So it will only include Act 2, which has 20 scenes. So we will be doing it in 5 order. Every Thursday and every Sunday there will be 5 scenes released for 2 weeks, so that will complete the 20 scenes of that particular act, and in such a way the audiobook will be released. So if you want to continue the project, you want to make the entire book, please join us, offer your time, offer your money, if I say it in that way, and join us. And if any other projects will be there you have, please bring it to us. Comment us down which other book AudIM can produce originally all by itself, without any money, without all those are like this one. So we are planning on some other projects too, which will be announced a few days later as a surprise to you guys. Some short stories as well as some big ones which are the best sellings in India, of India, and I hope you like that. So that's all for today's video. Like, share and subscribe our video, and meet you in another video.